And that's my ears. Oh, fuck. Aloha, everyone. There we go. We are live and inspired today. The reason why I'm doing this video, I'm going to tell you, is because I was out and about. And a thought came to me that maybe some other people may have this feeling of, which is fucking in the video already. So, without further ado, it's the feeling of being alone. Or feeling like you're alone, or why haven't I found the right person, or woe is me, doing the hot or not, or going on these dating apps, or whatever you do, right? Don't feel bad. That's and yeah, just don't feel bad. All right, everybody, thanks for playing, thanks for coming out. Like and subscribe to the video. Hope you enjoy. Aloha. Confidence. No, I'm joking. That would have been funny though. No. We shall delve into this subject, Matt, into the heart of it, if you will. I don't know how further much I'm going to go into it, but we shall delve into it a bit and sink our teeth into it, into this beast called feeling alone. But yeah, so my thoughts on feeling alone. Pretty much, I will say this, just because you have to understand that I'm not really a millennial. Or I've said this before, I'm kind of like on the cusp. There's like a gray area where it depends on who you talk to. I was born in the early 80s, so it's kind of like, 81, 82, 83 is kind of like, nah, it's like danger, Wops in danger, So, and also too, I have older brothers, I have older siblings, so it's just kind of like one of those things where it's like I grew up with shit from like the 70s. So, but I am not a person, I will tell you straight up, I'm not a person who does dating apps. I don't think I've ever asked a woman out or anyone out, not face to face. I think maybe like yeah, like since high school. Yeah, I've always gone up to a person, usually a woman. I'm not a homosexual, so at least I haven't discovered my homosexuality yet, as they say. But some would say I'm a lesbian trapped inside a man's body. But whatever tickles your fancy, I guess. But yeah, no. I've never fancied a man's hairy asshole. Never fancied it. Indeed, I can't imagine how a person can. I just women, on the other hand, women have very nice asses, perfectly full, very fair, tight. But no, yeah. So yeah, feeling alone. I don't know how this is going to be. So if you come in and it's like really crazy and just really sorry. But yeah, no. Getting back on subject at hand. Feeling alone and feeling loneliness. You can surround yourself with material possessions, right? To fill up loneliness. Or you can go to the gym, look better, feel better about yourself, get confidence. But none of it matters, right? if you yourself do not feel like there's someone out there for you, like if you don't feel, if you're like, why haven't I found Mr. or Mrs. Right? Why haven't I found that one person? Well, I'm going to tell you, there's not just one fucking person with you, for you. Okay, that's number one. Number two, you must know that we are all made for greatness. We are all supreme beings. We are superior beings. We all are. You know, doesn't matter sex, creed, nationality, ethnicity. We're all made to be better. It's usually the people around us, society, and other things that tell us we're not, who browbeat us down, who tend to make us, we are our own worst enemies in the way that we doubt ourselves. And that's why you have people like commit suicide. It's because they cannot endure enough, right? Whether or not they have a chemical imbalance at the time or not, it doesn't matter. It's one of those things where when you commit, when you feel that you cannot endure anymore and you give up, this is when you give up on life, because life is a struggle. Life is never easy. Let me tell you something. Handsome Cobra right here has been rejected by women before. It's true. It is true. Now, I've never understood it because, damn a woman for having, I don't understand the whole boyfriend thing. It's like, well, they're not me. They're not great. They're probably a loser, But, women, they'd rather have a loser. So. Does that make them a loser? No, it doesn't make them a loser. Are they associated with being with a loser? Well, at that time, yes. They just don't see that I'm a winner, apparently. Until it's too late and they're knocked up and they have 2.5 kids and, they looking for a baby daddy. And then I'm just like, oh, no. Foolish joke. But no. Life is something that we must endure. It is a struggle that we must. If everything was given to us on like a silver platter, then we would want for naught. We would not understand the lessons, life lessons that have been taught to us. I do believe this. I do believe that we all struggle with things. We all go through things, similar yet different, in different stages of our life. And so, like with me, right? Prime example. After my recent significant other that I was with, I mean, it's been a while since, I've been in a date. Well, I've been dating. But I mean, like, it's been, what is it? Going on 3 years, maybe 4. I can't remember. It's long ago, many moons. But the thing is that, do I feel alone? No. Do I get lonely? Yes, sometimes. The thing with Handsome Cobra, though, thing with Gregory Cobrana Wells, also known as Handsome Cobra, is that I'm alone, but I am not lonely. I do get feelings of being alone, yes, and loneliness at times, but they pass. I will say that from my perspective, having a significant other or a person that I date on a regular basis, I'm more grounded in the human species per se. When I don't have a person that I'm dating on a regular basis or that I'm with, I don't give a shit about human life. I really don't. Like contacting, like I'm like, hey, how are you? How's everything going? I put on a face, if I'm being realistic here. But we all put on faces. We all put on a mask and masks, plural, right? At our work, around family, around co-workers, friends, loved ones, people we're intimate with, the public eye. It's not being fake. That's what Chepo was saying. It's not being fake at all. You're giving different portions of yourself, of your personality, of your personal traits to people, whether they're in your inner circle or they're more expanded to an outer circle in like a social dynamic per se, right? For instance. Now, right now, I mean, yeah. See, nothing I'm about to say is not going to make me seem like an asshole, and I know I'm an asshole, so that's fine. Do I really care for people? No, I don't. I've seen a lot of dumb motherfuckers in my time. Okay, I just don't. I know who I am, and dealing with me, I'm a very intense person, right? I have people who are my friends, and even with them, they probably have to take me in doses. They probably say, they say I'm a great guy and stuff like that, But the thing is that I am a type of person that I do things for me. And I tend to do things for me, but for other people as well. I would rather people piggyback on my coattails or curtain tails or whatever you want to call them and get benefit from it, from my success. I would rather people do that because some people need a leg up, right? Because like I said before, we're all destined to be successful, superior, right? We all are. Once again, it's society and people who are envious, greed, things of tyranny, and other social fucked up norms that keep us down, right? And social norms are good things, but the people who bended rules of the social norm are the ones that have been the most outspoken. So that's something that you have to take into consideration as well. But being alone and feeling loneliness, we all do, right? It's something that happens to us. You're with your ex-girlfriend or you're with your girlfriend, boyfriend, transgender, whatever you're into, right? And then you're not with them. Do I believe in a healing? Do I believe in that there's supposed to be a time to? Do I believe in rebounds and stuff like that? No, I don't. I don't. Like a man like me, where I have a gift and a curse, I will confess. I'm a very handsome man. Shocking, I know. But I have a hard problem with being with someone. Right. And finding a person who's willing to, accept me for me, right? Long term, for instance. Willing to be a partner, willing to be my girlfriend or fiance or whatever, wife, things of that nature, right? I know it's shocking. You would think I would already, But yeah, it's one of it's a gift because I could look like a dog shit, right? I could have one droopy eye. My lip could be fucked up. I could have been born with a cleft lip and never had it, surgically um, taken care of, plastic surgery and stuff like that. I could be one ugly looking motherfucker, and you never know. I mean, one day, that may happen. This is all I got, folks. That's it. So, and the muscles, that too. So, that's it. That's all. It's like, up here, not so much. I don't know, but yeah, feeling alone. I know I'm stammering a bit. I'm tripping over my words. But don't. The way I look at it is that I know that there are women out there, not just one, not one woman, women out there, right? That, like an intense guy like me, like a guy like me who's kind of rough and tough and, knows what he wants and doesn't give a damn about anyone, what they say, because I know what I want and I want it this way. Do I compromise? Yes, you fucking ain't right. I compromise. I don't always get everything 100%, right? You have to know how to pick your battles with a person that you love or that you are willing to not lie down, but just if you really care for a person, it doesn't do any harm in just subsiding every once in a while. It doesn't. And also, too, being with a person can change your outlook on things. And that's what I mean by the groundedness, right? It is nice to have someone. But here's the other thing, too, is that you have to understand is that just because you may feel lonely, you have to understand when you get with another person in your life, you may find them handsome, charming, sexy, you may want to lust after them, and beautiful, invigorating, and all this stuff. You have this subjective projection that Carl Jung, renowned psychologist Carl Jung, talked about. You're subjective projecting onto a person. You believe that this person is all these things, but really, and I had a good conversation with a lady the other day. It was quite intriguing. It was a very intelligent conversation I had, and we were talking about Carl Jung and the subjective projecting of one. Because here I am, right? You may look, oh God, man, has muscles, he's sexy, he has tattoos, he's a bad boy. Oh yeah, that's the type of man I want to be, and that's the type of ladies that fucking flaunt over, right? Yeah, well, but who's to say that I don't have problems with depression or with suicide? Hypothetical, let's not, hypothetically speaking, you know You know what I'm saying? It's like maybe I'm a man whore because, hypothetically speaking, maybe I'm a man whore because I don't love myself enough. Because I hate the world, which I don't. But this is just all hypothetical, right? So, it's just one of those things where on the outside, it may look like I'm doing great for other people. But on the inside, that's maybe not what's going on at all. It's just one person projecting their thoughts, their beliefs onto me. And I'm like, you got it all fucking wrong. But once again, this is hypothetical. So if you've seen my videos before, you know that I love myself. I love myself more than anyone else on this fucking planet. So that's the thing, is that yeah. Also too, I'm Catholic, so suicide's out of the realm of possibility, because that's one sin that you can't come back from. So it's just like, and that's what kind of keeps me grounded too, is my belief system, right? I mean, I don't go to mass. I don't, I believe in the eternal more than the institution. But I believe in what I believe. So. But being alone, it's not. You have to balance it. You have to find balance, and it's very hard for people to find balance in being alone, because number one, I have been on an extreme where I was with a lady before, and I wasn't with her because I was lonely or because of what the hell was wrong with me. Right. I was with her because I cherished the moments that we were with each other, embracing each other, holding each other in each other's arms, holding hands, doing PDA, if you will. I did. But inside, I still felt alone, right? Because you have to understand is that loneliness, for me, is a default. It's like a default setting on your computer, right? Because I grew up, shit. It's like in middle school, I had a girlfriend, barely, it's like, it was kind of like, I had a girlfriend in middle school, and then in high school, I had a girlfriend on and off. But even then, I was more into sports, And, I know I'm not asexual, but it's just one of those things where it wasn't until the military that I actually started to build confidence in myself and actually started talking to women. And that's the thing too, is that you have to, once again, that balance, right? I am the least qualified motherfucker to give people counseling on what they should or shouldn't do with the opposite sex or same sex or whatever. Because I am old school. If you like someone, you say, "Hi, how are you? My name's Gregory or Greg." It's like, I fancy you and would like to take you out for a nice dining in, if you would be so kind as to accompany me to the establishment known as Applebee's or Chili's. Or if you're in for the partaking of barbecue, I know a place called Smoky Bones, which is, I'm quite intrigued to try. I haven't tried that yet. I've tried a place here in Johnson City called Hokey Smoky, but I know Smoky Bones is more of a chain restaurant. Care to join me? It doesn't have to be official courting, of course. We can just go out for food, subsistence only. If you would like a tasty beverage, we could also order wine or have alcoholic beverages, other ale or beer, or we could do shots, hard liquor or a liqueur, if you want to go a little bit more fancy. But yes. And we could also, if we don't want to do the courting per se, we can go Dutch, as they say. So you pay for yourself, I pay for mine. So there's no awkward tension of you owing me anything, and you know, if I pay, and me not owing you if you were to pay for me. So yeah, I mean, I know I'm making it sound kind of funny right now, but the thing is that that's how I am. I mean, that's. And is it because I was raised that way? A little bit, yeah. I mean, but I choose. The thing is that I was raised to respect women, which I do. I was raised to pay for women when you go out, which I do. But if a woman insists on paying for herself, I mean, it's fine. I usually don't ask. I will not ask unless she says so. Okay. And that's the thing, like with me. A woman never owes me anything. Right? And she shouldn't have to feel like she owes me anything. I took her out because she's, you know, just a lot of people, especially a guy like myself, we love the company of a woman. Especially if we ask you out. That means we fancy you. We like you. We like to get to know you a little bit more. Make sure you're not psycho. You know, I think dating apps are bullshit. I don't think if you're a person who goes on a dating app, you're bullshit. No. I think they are bullshit because asking a person out, right, should be in person. I think there may have been. I will say this. I will revise my statement from before. I will say this. There might be possibility where I asked a woman out before on social media, right? The only thing I could think of is that I was like really busy at the time, and I knew I would not probably see her anytime soon. So I was like, hey, you know, and also too, when you don't, you know, it's one of those things, you know, and I didn't have the woman's phone number, so it's kind of like, you know, you go on social media and you know, you're like, hey, you know, sorry, I'm very busy. I usually do this in person, but would you like to go out for drinks sometime or some coffee? You know, get to know one another a little bit better. Here's my number. And that way you put it in their court, right? You know, so it's their decision. And you never go to a woman, and if for some reason she never calls you back, you never go to them and say, hey, did you get my message? Of course I got your fucking message. Of course I did. But you never let them know. You never bring it up unless they do. They will feel guilty for not calling you. Trust me. They will be like, oh, I'm so sorry. I have not gotten back to you. If they see you. Because they know that you know that they didn't call you. But you don't bring it up to them. If you want to try to get with this person and spend time with them, you don't bring it up and you don't be a dick about it. You don't be like, oh, yeah, hey, thanks for, I know you got my number. All right, I saw it went through, but you did fucking call. What the fuck? No, you don't do that. Because then now you're just blowing up the fucking bridge. You know, there's never going to be a bridge again. You know, you just blew it up. Way to go, smart guy. Fucking dumbass. Women feel guilty about shit like that. You know, you don't have to make them feel more like shit out in the open. It's all right. And men feel, if a person, also too, yes, I don't like the ghosting or the cold shoulder or the person not calling you back and telling you, oh, I'm so what's the word? I use this all the time too. Oh, I am so flattered, but thank you, but no. Right? I do believe that if a person asks you, and you should at least have the balls. Men and women should have the balls to tell the person that, hey, I appreciate it. I really do. But I'm just not in the right state of mind. I'm working on me right now and stuff like that. The person should have the balls to confront the other and tell them what's up, right? I'm sorry, but you do have to explain yourself. Because if you want to be a part of society here, you just can't leave people, because that's not wrong. Because that's not right. I mean, it is wrong. That's not right to do that to a person. It's just not. It's not healthy. It's not healthy behavior. And the problem is that people's friends, they let them do that. They don't what's the word? They don't condemn it, right? But they don't condone it either. So, and that's the problem, is that you should, a friend, if you're going to be a true friend, tell the damn person to be an asshole, and just fucking grab the balls and tell the person, over the phone, in person, doesn't matter. Yeah. Have I been through things like this before? Of course, we all have. I mean, at this fucking point, I'm probably preaching to the choir. But why do I bring it up? Because it's you need to know. It needs to be rehearsed. It needs to be repeated. Things like this need to be repeated and fucking punched in metaphorically punched in the fucking brain, because that way you get a repetitiveness. Okay, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to be an asshole. I'm not going to do this. Then you think back on it. I'm not going to be that person. I'm going to be a better person, and let this person know. And you know what? The more and more you do it, the easier and easier it becomes. These are the things that why I'm better off alone for the most fucking part in life. I'm not saying that being alone is the greatest, because it's not. I'm not saying that being with someone is the greatest, because it's not. I'm saying that you have to have balance. I'm a person who likes their alone time, but I also like being with somebody. I'm a very selfish person when it comes to loving another person. I am very selfish. I want a person when I want to have them, and I don't want to have them when I don't want them. But going back to what I said before, when I'm with a person, when I'm with a woman, she grounds me. She makes me care about the human species. She makes me want to be around them. A good one can change your world. Not just change your world, but make you want to change your own world. That's what a good one does for you. She shows you the path of enlightenment. She guides you on a glorious journey that fulfills and has wonderful endeavors that both of you can accompany each other on. It's spellbinding and masterful. And you see that the darkness, the loneliness, the feeling, being alone becomes not second nature anymore. It's there, right? It's there. It's like, you can come back to me and I'll wrap you up like a warm blanket whenever you are in need. the thing is that the feelings of loneliness, they are always there, but being with someone is never a guarantee. And let me tell you another fact, right? Multiple dating is not bad. What's bad is just dating one fucking person. Way to go. Way to be a fucking hero. That's like the dumbest. And yes, I roll my eyes at that. Why? I'm not saying you're dumb for doing that. It's just a dumb thing to do. See, people don't have to be stupid to do stupid acts. I'm a very smart motherfucker, right? I'm a very intellectual being. The thing is that I do stupid shit all the fucking time. Does that make me idiot? Does that make me dumb? No. Even though I'm very fucking intelligent. And I'll boast about it for days. You want to know why? Because I love myself. And I'm superior. Right? I'm a superior being because we're all made to be superior beings. But you have to believe it. You have to will yourself to believe it. But I do stupid things. That's just the way it is. But that doesn't make me a fucking idiot or dumb. My IQ lowers 10 points because I said some ridiculousness. Right? And just because I say something stupid or sexist or misogynistic or homophobic or homoerotic or whatever the fuck does not mean in any way, shape, or form that I'm a dumb person or I'm an idiot. It does not define me. Excuse me. That's what I was going to say. Saying those things do not define who I am. I define me. My actions define me. Right? Some actions can define a person. Some actions don't. And the thing is that, you know what? It's like this. For instance, you tell a person that you never want to speak to them ever again. When you see them in the street, they need to walk on by because you will see the tears in my eyes if you don't. Right? But the next thing you know, you're inviting them to an outing and saying, hey, listen, look, and there's this event going on and at Shirley's place. Would you and your new significant other like to go? Oh, congratulations on the engagement, by the way. And this is the same fucking person you just said, hey, I'm a ghost. I'm an incantation if you see me. You know, it's one of those things. And now it's very confusing, I know. But time can mend wounds. They don't mend all, they can mend wounds. And we are very confused creatures. We say one thing, we mean another. I remember when bad was bad, not bad being good, right? And now bad's just bad again. I mean, fuck. That's even confusing for me now. But yeah. But yeah, my actions, who I am and what I say I am is what defines me in the moment, in life, in whatever I do and say. I do not let society define me. I define myself. And that's what you should do too. You have to believe in yourself. If you want to be alone, then that's fine. But don't feel, just because you haven't met the right person, Mr. or Mrs. Right or Mr. or Mrs. Right now, that you won't find a person that you could spend the rest of your days with. And even if you do find the person, I will say this, I will confess, I did find, or I thought I found the person that I thought I was going to spend the rest of my life with. I thought she was the one I deserved. And this was back in the military. I thought she was my everything at that time. I was going to be a father. It was magnificent when I told my own father that he was going to be a grandfather. It was invigorating, I must say. It was the best. I called my old man up and told him, "Hey, kid, you're going to be a dad." He's like, "What? I'm going to be a grandpa." It was good. Unfortunately, things didn't happen the way, maybe it's all bullshit. Who knows? I could be fucking with you. But why would I make this up? But no. I thought I found the person that I was going to be with the rest of my life. I thought, because I was fucked up and she was fucked up, and we both were in the military and we both had seen war, that we knew each other, that our principles, and she was beautiful and I was handsome. I was more handsome than I am now. I felt, and for instances, I will say that she loved me for me. She loved me, and I her. And we accepted each other's baggage, right? For a time. Until the baggage became too much for both of us to uphold. There was times when I had to be strong for her as she had to be strong for me. At times. But, unfortunately, in the end, it was just too much of a strain. Now, did I ever think I was going to trust another woman again? Did I ever feel like I was like, off with women? Not turning to men, but off with women? Yeah, of course. Yeah, I shall never trust them again. I shall become full man whore now. Yeah, it's like, yeah, of course I did. I mean, there was a time when nothing happened. Yeah, of course. But after a while, you come to the realization that this is fucking crazy. This lifestyle is nuts. What am I doing? What purpose am I serving myself? But that's the loneliness. That's the being alone, right? The thing is that you man whore, or you whore yourself to fill a void, right? That will never be filled. Until you find someone who accepts you for you, flaws and all, as they say. Whether you find that in a person who goes to church, whether you find that person in the back alley, whether you find the person at a pizzeria or at the supermarket, It does not matter where you find that person. So long you find the person. And they accept you for you. Because if a person, and I would say this, if a person cannot accept you for you, then fuck them. Fuck them. They don't deserve you. Right? They're hateful. They're miserable. They shouldn't be in your fucking presence. You should never worship the ground that they walk on, because they are scum and villainy. They are the tyranny that plagues the world. Even though in the same breath they are people who are supposed to be superior, right? They let people, society, get in the mind and tell them that they were shit, they're nothing. So now they want to get psychological revenge, whether it's conscious or unconscious. Trying to take as many people down as they can with... Don't buy into it. Don't let them sell you on that fucking trip. Fuck them. They don't deserve you. And when the time comes, like I said, I've said this before, maybe not in the video, but I say this to myself all the time. If I must, if it takes forever, then I'll wait forever to find someone to be with again. I don't mind waiting. Waiting is not the problem. Because these days, I'm an older gentleman. I'm a more distinguished gentleman. These days, I prefer quality over quantity. I want to be with a person who likes to go hiking, who likes to go on adventures, who likes to do physical activities. Will I ever be with a woman who's a bit burly, right? A bit, nice way of putting it, rotund or big boned? Probably not, I must say. Not unless she wants to help herself and be better and want to get on a dietary plan and like, I want to do these physical things with you, Gregory, but I am not in the physical condition. Will you help me? And I'd be like, fuck yeah. You know, whatever I can do to motivate her. But in the end, the thing is that I can only be one cog in that in that wheel or wheelhouse. She has to have the motivation herself, or the person that you're in love with, or who's in love with you, or who fancies you, they have to be the one to motivate themselves. It doesn't happen overnight. I've seen a lady at the gym, no bullshit, older lady, right? Probably has children already, you know. Yeah. But, you know, you can tell probably, you know, flabby skin, saggy tits. But, you know, I would say that now she looks like a cougar. 6 months ago, not so much. Now she is a knockout, right? But she has motivated herself to be that way. Because she wanted to do better for herself. And she was a very rotund woman as well. I will say that her waist has gotten smaller and her tits have gotten bigger. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Those things are fucking huge. But yes. I know. I just a bit. But no, yes. But yeah, no. But yeah, the thing is that a person must want to help themselves. Right? That's at the end of the day. That's all that one can do. I can motivate a person to be better for themselves, but it's them that has to put in the work. Just because you're with a significant other doesn't mean that you have to it's not right to leech onto them. But don't give in to loneliness. But also too, don't give in to being afraid to be alone. Okay. Don't do the Jerry Maguire and always have to be with a person. That's bullshit. If you're the person, if you're a person who always has to be with someone, you're not comfortable with yourself. You need to find this person in here in your heart and be comfortable with that person. Love that person, because that means that you don't love yourself. Jumping from one person to another. Like a fucking acrobatics. It's bullshit. Love thyself, and thy love will come afraid. Don't. And when you find a person that you fancy and you may want to be with, play it cool. Don't be like, oh my god, I'm so sorry, and don't apologize. Apologize when need be. Apologize for, oh Jesus, I don't know what happened. My car broke down. Apologize because you had to cancel at the last minute. But don't apologize for, I'm sorry I'm late. Or, well, I guess apologize for being late. But don't apologize for stupid shit. I mean, don't go all apologize. You're nervous. We know. She knows too. She's probably nervous her damn self. But another thing is that if people say stupid shit all the time, as in, oh, he's just too nice, she's just too nice. That's fucking bullshit. Either you're attracted to the person or not. Okay. Usually people don't go out with a person if they're not attracted to them. Usually physically. Or they're not intrigued by it. Right? So what I mean is that here's a story that I so seldom tell because it's a little embarrassing. What the fuck? We're live. So I asked this one woman out. I already thought this woman had a boyfriend. Apparently she didn't. And so I asked her out in front of king, country, God, and everybody. I wasn't even drunk at the time. Stone cold sober. I asked her out. Very attractive woman. Big bosoms. Tiny waist. And I thought that she was going to reject me. I knew it for certain. I did. At least I thought I knew. She actually said yes. And I was like, of course she would say yes. I'm fucking handsome. Why wouldn't she say yes? But there's self-doubt, of course. I mean, there's always going to be self-doubt. You're like, I don't know if I should do this. Why would you go out with me? I fucking can barely pay for Skittles. Reese's peanut butter cups. Why would you want anything to do with me? But she did. She said yes. I got her number. We exchanged numbers, as you do. And, we texted. And she told me that I was the first person that she recalls that ever actually asked her out in person, like that, in front of everyone. And I was like, really? And she was like, yes, really. And I was like, oh, okay. Very nice. And so we get to talking, and one thing that I did, I was too truthful in the beginning. I told her too much because I was trying to be as truthful as I could as possible. Because this woman said that she was an open book, which, let me tell you, man, woman, doesn't matter what the fuck you are not an open book. Sorry to tell you, thanks for playing. No one's an open book, not even myself. There are things that we keep private. That's just how people are. And even so, you shouldn't be an open book because some things can scare others. We don't want to scare a person away. In the beginning, I mean, things like you have kids, okay. Or it's like, I am a father, but I don't see my child because the mother wants nothing to do with me. She's remarried. The only thing I could do to that child is bring that kid more harm than good. If the woman already told my child that I died in military service, and the best thing that I can do is let that child believe that I'm a ghost who served his country and died for it. Just because I'm a father doesn't mean that I'm the dad, right? So, terrible thing, I know, but it's the duality of a situation that makes us who we are. But yeah, so with this woman, I told her too much. And it was, once again, those principles, right? Those principles, like my ex-wife, that she was a very attractive woman, very attractive, physically, mentally too. Spiritually, not so much. But that's okay. I didn't mind. But it was the commonalities that we had that I believe that I lingered on a little bit too much. And like a person like me, you can tell me whatever. It's not, I don't give a shit. I really don't. Like, I don't care. You can say I fucking hate you. Okay. It makes no damn difference to me. I don't know. Like, I'm just not one who really, like I said, it's very hard for me to interact truth be told, being myself around others, I'm playing a damn role usually, but but this is like where truth is, right? This is, this is not me putting on a face. This is me telling you, yeah, I don't really care for people too much. I mean, I care about myself. I mean, I care about my family, of course. But I don't care if you call me an asshole or a fucking cunt rag or a fucking cunt or whatever. It makes no damn difference to me. Okay. Number one, you may not know me. Number two, it's like, if you gave a shit, you wouldn't even be saying this about me. So, if you knew who I was, right? That's the thing about it. But yeah, so I shared a little bit too much. Do I regret it? No. Why don't I regret it, you may say? Here's the thing: if she was worth it, if she was worth her salt or worth a fuck, and I did do this too. I'm like, hey, listen, look, I know these were things that I probably should have never brought up right now. I was just really excited. It was very nice to know a person like you and I have similar commonalities and stuff like that. Could we try to wipe the slate clean and just start over? Hi, my name is Gregory. It's very nice to meet you. Very lovely to meet you, by the way. And then this was through text. And I never got a response back. I saw the woman in person. Did I ever bring it up? No. I could have. Usually I would. The behavior that I would usually do, because I knew that that bridge was already burned. And she has a boyfriend now, so. But, she's not worth, but once again, but this woman's not worth a salt. She lives a lie. She lives a lie of thinking that she's happy, but really she's not, because she's not happy with herself. She's happy being with a person. But, she has a Jerry Maguire syndrome, and that's fine. But yeah. But here's the other thing too. Do I long for a partner? I would not say that I longed for anyone. Would I like to have someone in my life again? Yes, I would. I would. Do I desperately want someone? Fuck no. Not desperately. Fuck that. If you desperately long for someone, you have problems. You need to reevaluate your life and be comfortable with one person and one person only, and that is you. Desperately longing for someone. What a bunch of fucking poppycock. And I can say that. And I'm not saying that if you are a person who's like this, I am not saying that you're a poppycock. I'm saying your behavior is poppycock. That's what you have to do. You have to divorce yourself. And this is what people have problems with. You have to divorce yourself, you, from your behavior. You can change your behavior. You can do it now as I'm speaking. The thing is, not a lot of people want to, because it is easier for me to be the bad guy, right? And be the asshole than you changing who you are. Path of least resistance is what always one will go with. It is the 1%, like myself, who will say fuck it and not change the rules, but make a new game. One that's more satisfying to play. But then again, I'm probably fucking crazy. But yes, balance is what you need in life, in loving someone. And you have to love yourself first before you can love anyone else. I've said this before, and I'll say it again, because it bears repeating. You have to love yourself before you can love anyone else. And just because a person is attractive from the get-go does not mean that they're not fucked up on the inside. Doesn't mean that they are fucked up on the inside, but it doesn't mean that they're not either. I have my own problems that I deal with, and you know, it's a lot to take in, even for myself. I can imagine another person trying to take it in and sharing a life with me, you know. So, I mean, some are brave enough to, you know, but others not so much. It's a challenge, and some women are not up for the task, just like some men are not up for the task of some women. It doesn't make them bad people or persons. It just means that they are not willing to go through the muck. But it does academically put it in perspective that only a rarity are willing to do that for others. And that is why I don't really care for the human species too much. On a whole, there are good people out there. I'm not saying that they're not. And if you want to say fuck you, Gregory, by all means, fine. There are good people out there. There are. I've seen them. I've been with them. Significantly. They are out there, but they are a rarity to find. And when you find them, do not put a stranglehold on them. Let them breathe. Let your love breathe. Let it blossom. Right? Learn from one another. Do not be afraid to be vulnerable. I am a very guarded person. And I've been vulnerable before in front of women, intimately, during pillow talk. And I don't regret it. Because I loved them. I loved all the women I was vulnerable with. Why wouldn't I? But the thing is that I'm guarded in the essence of not every woman will get the luxury of being intimate with me. And that's the thing too, is that don't look at it. People look at, oh, this is my lucky chance. No. Don't ever look at it like that. Look at it as their lucky chance to be with you. This is my one shot. No, this is their shot. It's not conning yourself. You have to love yourself before you can love anyone else. You have to be comfortable with yourself. You have to at least, no one truly knows themselves, but you have to have a sense and an essence about yourself, right? Because once again, we are complex creatures. We are ever evolving. Like right now, you could be like, why is he doing this voice? What is up with this voice? Why does he sound like a fake British person? What is going on? You know, the reason why I'm talking like this, because I like doing it right now. It tends to put things in perspective for me. And you know what? If you don't like it, then fuck you. You don't have to listen anymore. But make sure to like and subscribe, okay? But yeah, before you turn it off. But yes, no. Listen, I don't care what people say about me. I don't. And you shouldn't either, because you need to know who you are and what you represent. If you represent good things in life, like what I say that I don't care for the human race, right? Or the human species. Or I don't give a damn. I like doing good things for people because I'm a very selfish person, because it makes me feel good. I do not do it for others' benefits. I do it for my own because it makes me feel good. If a person just so happens to get benefit out of me helping them, then so be it. I don't like doing bad things because it doesn't make me feel good. I don't like stealing from people. I don't like cheating people. I rather not lie to people because I get nothing out of it. I feel nothing. I feel nothing at all. I mean, I don't feel when I'm not honest. But when I am honest, when I do good things for people, or what in society would be considered good, I feel a sense of purpose in my life. It's hard to explain, but I do. I just, it feels right and just. And it's a feeling of acceptance on some level, metaphorically or whatever, tangibly or tangentially. I think that's the word. But doing good things for people feels right, and it's a selfish act in my own right, because it makes me feel good for doing it. Like I said before, if a person gets benefit out of me doing something good for them, then great. But I don't do it for goodness sake. My name's not Santa Claus. I'm not a fat man in a red suit that comes down fucking chimneys on the 31st of December. Or 25th, whenever the fuck he comes. Yeah, it's 25th, I think. But I am glad that people do get benefit from things that I could do for them. It makes me feel good. I get no benefit. I get nothing if I were to do bad things. I get nothing. I feel nothing. You know, good acts I do. And that's just how it is. So yes, yes, to repeat what I said, break it down. I said I really don't care for the human species. I only care for myself. True. But doing good acts for the humankind, all humankind, helps me and makes me feel good about being a part of the human species. But also, too, having a woman in my life, a significant other, if you will, girlfriend, fiance, um, my wife, or a wife, helps to ground me in caring for the human species. I'm a very introverted person, but I'm very extrovert, excuse me, as I were. I'm a very extroverted person. Right? Like when I'm around people, I'm like, hey, all right, let's do this. Da, 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 da. I'm very like that. Okay. I'm a social vampire. I feed off of crowds. I'm like a fucking gladiator. Gladiator. All right. Roar of the crowd is what gets the juices flowing. Pumps up the volume. But I do have introverted tendencies. Like I can be alone and play fucking Marvel Spider-Man by myself. I can be alone out at the mall and just go there, pick up one thing, come back. All right. I'm fine being by myself. I can enjoy being by myself. I can enjoy taking myself out on a date. That's how enjoyful of myself that I am. Now, do I get lonely and do I have moments of loneliness and feelings of being alone? Yes. But those are the things that will pass, right? As all things do. You have to endure it. That's all that I can tell you. You must endure it. Don't look in others for comfort. Look inside yourself for comfort. You must. Because other people will not. Other people may be there, but not always. Maybe not next time or the time after. Someday you will have to depend on yourself only to get through struggle and endure. But I think that I shall start winding this conversation down because I can feel myself going around in circles. I'm doing a schizoid formation, and honestly, I think I've been talking for a while. But yes, that's basically what I wanted to. Hopefully, this will help people. Not just understand yourself, but understand myself as well. It's very confusing. I'm a very confusing creature. So if you don't understand anything, try being me for a day. I dare you. But the purpose of this video is to help. Not to make one feel like shit. To make people who watch this video feel and remember that you are superior. I am superior. We are all superior beings. It is ourselves and society that can flog us, degrade us, make us feel lower than whale shit, and bring self-doubt into ourselves, which is the biggest atrocity to a caper like this. When we doubt ourselves and who we are. But don't give in to loneliness or having to be with somebody. Don't feel like being alone is a plague, and don't feel like always being with someone means that you're worthless without a person. It just means that you haven't learned to love yourself without someone, and it means that you haven't taken the chance to try to go for another person. Life is a bunch of chances. I know. Once again, like I said before, I've been rejected by women too. But also too, is that, you know, I've had many acceptances from women as well. So, you know, it pans out, you know. So you just have to be confident. You have to love yourself. And have a sense of who you are before you start asking a man, woman, transgender, whatever you're into, out. Know what you want. Have a sense and the dignity, not just for yourself, but for them too. Because nobody wants to be with a loser. But the point is that we're all superior. We're all winners. So go off now, winners. Go off and be brave. All right, enough talk. I shall close this out now. Thank you for watching. Thank you, viewers, even though there was none. Godspeed and aloha. Confidence.